Doesn't it feel like that when you're talking through this ding dang thing all day long? So today's tip is, I'm calling them hump day hints, by the way. Today's tip has to do with these ding dang cockadoodie masks that we have to wear. We have to, I'm a believer, and I get it. And I have a lot of students who they have to, not only wear these when they go to the grocery store, but they have to wear these like when they're teaching their classes. I have a couple students who are they own dance studios, and some other students who work at restaurants. And so there's already a heightened noise level. And then on top of it, you're talking through this, people who are like a friend. I have a friend or a student who is, he works at a bank. And so it's through the plexiglass and the mask. It's just, we don't realize that is putting an extra strain on our voice, right? I don't know if you've stopped to think about it. And the first time I actually stopped to think about it was with one of my students who works at the restaurant. And she was complaining about how tired she was feeling at the end of the night. Now, without this mask, you're gonna feel tired because you're many different reasons. Your posture, leaning over, talking to your customers, yelling over the noise level at the restaurant, maybe dehydrated depending on the environment, and then on top of it, we're adding this extra layer that we have to get through with our voice. So just here today to point that out. If you're trying to be cautious with your voice, if you use your voice on a regular basis, if you're a singer and want to be conscious of vocal health, give it an extra layer of mindfulness. If you have a job where you have to wear the mask, or even if it's not a job and you have to wear your mask, like at church or whatever. I've talked before about, I see these little dust flurries. It's snowing! Look at my Christmas stuff. Yay. I've talked to a lot of you, and if I haven't, send me a message and I'll hop on and talk with you about it, or I'll point you to some videos that talk about our just our natural speech and how we can, in a more healthy, supported way, just speak on a regular day-to-day basis, especially for those of us who project, who teach, who work at a place with the, I've already been over that, but especially you guys, we've talked about being mindful of placing your voice, pitching it a little bit higher, not talking like a princess. You don't have to go that far, but just finding a nice kind of very resonant pitch where you don't feel it on your throat, so you're not speaking quite as heavy. Number 2, make sure you are resonating and not trying to save your voice by talking breathy. That actually doesn't do you a favor. You actually want to keep fully resonating. And then, of course, supporting, being mindful throughout the night, throughout the day, especially with the mask on, of stopping and resetting your breath, getting a good breath. So those are just some little tips that we need to be mindful of already, even more so when we have this little barrier. I'm glad I don't have to wear it virtually. So that's your super simple tip for the day. I hope it makes sense. So resonating, don't speak breathy to try and save your voice. In this, articulate. That's another really good point. My dad, who you know, he's a little hard of hearing. He's got hearing aids, so he's great. But he said to me, Dad, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but he said to me, it's not the volume, it's the articulation that I lose. So I think one of the ways to save your voice also when you're having to wear a mask is over articulate. Talk to that person as if they have to read your lips. And then I bet you'll be able to cut down and cut back on your volume. Try that. That's a really good tip that I just came up with right now. No, I actually find myself articulating when I'm wearing my mask, like when I'm at the grocery store. And that just brought it to mind. So yeah, articulate, resonate, support, pitch your voice up a little bit higher. Okay? All right, let me know how that works for you. And as always, I love how you guys have been sharing these tips all around your little communities. I love that. I love being able to share these things that are like, that's kind of simple. Like it's kind of I didn't even think about it, but yeah, that makes total sense. Hopefully I'll give you some tips that you've never thought of, but I love also just sharing the ones that are really obvious, but things that'll help to make your voice healthier so that you can continue sharing your song. I talk a lot with my hands. So, all right, that was my, third Facebook Live. Be on the lookout, you guys, for videos coming up on Fridays where I share very funny stories from all of my Christmas caroling gigs. I'm laughing just thinking about them. All right, I'm rambling, so I'm going to let you go. Bye.